Well, hello everybody. It is 2025 World Benzodiazepine Awareness Day. And this is my 8th annual video on this date. I may have missed a year, but I'd have to go back and check. But typically I make a video on this day chronicling the journey and improvements that I have experienced since discontinuing benzodiazepines. I had a history of taking benzodiazepines for 30 years, and when I came off them, it wasn't well planned. I had no idea truly, even as a nurse, how bad things could be. And I was already in protracted withdrawals from coming off other medications, including opiates, so was making poor decisions and came off too abruptly. I had only tapered down to 1 milligram of Ativan a day from about 3 to 5 milligrams of Xanax, and I jumped, and I do not recommend that. It was very difficult. I'm not going to go into all the details of everything that was going on surrounding that time frame and my situation. You can go back and watch old videos and find that out. But you also, if you go back and view some of those old videos, will see that I am a much different person today. Pardon me. No longer am I emotionally dysregulated and emotionally immature and fighting and battling numerous challenges that came upon me when I was going through this process of discontinuing the medications. I just want to get to today. Today is very good. For those that don't know, I have another page, Ladybug Landings, that's sharing my journey traveling as a nomad, and I have a very exciting life. I deal with a lot of people in a lot of situations. I have stepped into some leadership roles and have had to deal with lots of different situations where I today am able to manage those things calmly and with kindness and with the ability to take a step back and be more observant to all the variables that there are, rather than having tunnel vision like I did when I was in the throes of withdrawals and protracted withdrawals. I do still have some symptoms. I have some neurological symptoms with regulating my temperature, with still occasionally vision issues. Those are the two main things, regulating my temperature and vision issues. I do also have widespread neuropathy that may be related to taking benzodiazepines at the same time as taking the antibiotic Cipro. I still feel some of that inner angst or if I'm frustrated, I can still experience some of the same sensations of feelings that I did, but I don't let them run the show, so to speak. I am able to take a breath and think about what kind of outcomes or what kind of resolve that is needed in a situation and to act accordingly rather than flying off the handle and making demands and just all the things that happened when I was so dysregulated because my central nervous system was just so fired up. During my journey, I have had situations that I was warned against in many benzodiazepine groups of not using cannabis. And cannabis has been my mainstay medicine during this whole time, and it has helped me in untold ways, and it helps other people that I have been sharing it with who also have gone through benzodiazepine withdrawals. In fact, there has not been one case of anyone that I have shared it with that has had anything but a positive experience. That being said, I don't think that it's a cure-all for everything and everyone, and I do know that there is the potential for some people to have a bad reaction or to have it in their DNA that they don't metabolize it the same way as I do. But for me, it works. I am not high. I am healing. I am very cognizant. I am very high functioning. And there are many people that can attest to they have seen me use large amounts of cannabis and still be very high functioning. I also, there's a lot of fear mongering in the groups, and that's why I have separated myself from so many groups. I believe in people being informed, but I do not believe in terrorizing them with fear on things that are not 100% proven facts, such as if you have a drink of alcohol, you're going to go into worse waves of being protracted and you'll get stuck. I have drank alcohol and that has not happened to me, I assure you. Medications, the same way. I have had to have surgery. And while I was very forthright with my physician, my surgeon, about my experiences, and we talked about things that I've had bad experiences with and things that worked well for me, and we made choices based on those lifetime observations. And I, while maybe having some short-term effect, which a medication would for most anybody, it hasn't been putting me back into the early days of severe withdrawals. It has just, I have noticed a little increase in my symptoms for a period of time. And just like I have with all of this, I've been patient and given myself grace and taken a little extra rest during that time and protected myself since I, didn't feel well, and it passed. I know everybody has their different levels of experience, their different perceptions of how this is affecting them, their different other things that are going on. But I believe that most people, if they are focused on healing and not on how miserable they are, they can find some relief. So many people get so stuck in their looping thoughts of how miserable they are that that's the only thing that they know. And I purposefully and consciously and consistently challenged those thoughts and found things in life that were good and that I was working on. And so that was my focus. And that has been so beneficial in managing and accepting that I am never going to be the person that I could have been or that I was before being injured by pharmaceuticals. This is life. things happen. Everyone has things happen. This is part of my story. And today I'm okay with it because I have a great life. In spite of massive amounts of loss, massive loss of income, loss of career, loss of family and friends, loss of homes. But I have so much else that just makes my life rich. I have amazing humans in my life, far and wide. I have people that I talk to regularly. I am respected by many people, and I have a lot to share, and people recognize that and come to me for my input, and I'm very appreciative of that as well. I had a lot of other things that were going on, which were what led for me to be on medications: grief, chronic pain, severe PTSD. Those were the things that originally got me medicated. But I've since learned many tools, many skills, and adopted different ways of life that give me freedom from that pervasive, depressive anxiety that I dealt with for most of my life before this. So while I would never wish this on anybody, and while it was very difficult and it did alter my life irrevocably, today I am grateful that I went through what I went through dealing with coming off benzodiazepines. I'm grateful I'm alive because I could not have been. I could have ended my life and I chose not to. And once you know you have that opportunity and that decision lies in your hands, you can't unknow that. So it's always a knowledge that I could have, but I didn't, and I'm so grateful. Do I have everything in my life the way I'd like it? No, but I don't always know what's best for me. And that's why I trust the universe and my spirit guides and just life as it unfolds. So I had said that I would make a video today, and I did. It's a little late. I wanted to get a shower and have something all written out, but I just have been busy living life. And I left where I was camp hosting the last month today to come to a house sitting gig, taking care of a house full of all kinds of animals. And there was just too many things to do to get myself all prepared. And so this has just been straight from my heart. This has just been off the top of my head. This has been me sharing where I am today, 9 years after jumping off benzodiazepines. I did take them again for a couple months from my hospitalization. My actual date of last benzodiazepine was, I think, October 12th. But July 12th, 2016 was when I abruptly ended my relationship with daily taking benzodiazepines. And I could not be more grateful to not have those in my life anymore. So there you go. If you have questions, I am always open to answer them. As I shared in my post on social media today, I do have intentions of developing coaching programs for a variety of topics, including helping people that are discontinuing benzodiazepines and antidepressants and need some guidance, as well as people who are suffering with grief and loss, with the effects of childhood trauma and chronic PTSD, complex PTSD, and becoming a non-smoker. I have some great ideas that I think can help a lot of people. So thank you for watching again this year and all the years before. And if you go back and you watch those old videos and you know someone that's going through something like that, please be kind to them. They're hurting so bad, and I was hurting so bad, and that was all I could do then. but I have learned, and I have changed, and I have grown, and this is me today. So thank you for watching. I appreciate you all so much. Much love. Peace. Have a great day.